Conservation science, especially in regards to marine life, is important in keeping a variety of Earth's ecosystems stable. All co-authors of the recent study Cryptic Mortality in North Atlantic right whales are interested in ocean conservation. One major co-author of the paper, Dr. Richard M. Pace, has worked as a research wildlife biologist doing multiple studies on the importance of these whales and their disappearances. Cryptic mortality is a term used to describe the deaths of organisms caused by human activities that do not result in an observed carcass. It is detrimental to marine species, specifically the endangered North Atlantic right whale species, whose observed carcasses only account for 36% of all deaths. North Atlantic right whales are integral to the aquatic ecosystems. Their predation habits involve predating on invertebrate species such as krill and other types of zooplankton. Therefore, they occupy higher levels of the ocean biomass pyramid and can also act as controls for the populations of their prey. These whales used to be a preferred species for whalers, mainly due to their habitats being close to the coast and their tendencies to produce a higher yield of whale oil when killed. That, combined with newer man-made threats such as fishing nets and ship collisions, has increased their risk of extinction significantly.
Right whale mortality has been severely undercounted and only represents a fraction of the species' deaths. In order for human-caused mortality to be determined, the carcass of the right whale must be found floating and be located before decomposition or scavenging occurs to then determine the cause of death. If these steps are not followed, the exact cause of mortality can be difficult to determine. A large number of right whales have been observed entangled in fishing gear or injured from boat strikes, then never seen again. As the carcasses disappear, there is an increase in the undercounting of dead right whales, increasing the cryptic mortality rate. The researchers who worked on this study had three main objectives in their research. First, they wanted to estimate the average detection rates of the carcasses of North Atlantic right whales. The researchers believed this to be integral to their understanding of the recovery potential of the North Atlantic right whale population. Second, they wanted to explore their hypotheses. The carcass detection of the North Atlantic right whales may vary depending on the whale's cause of death. With this information, the planning of the recovery for the right whale populations could start. Scientists and lawmakers would be able to target the driving factor of the endangerment of these whales. Ultimately, the researchers wanted the data in the study to be used to promote discussion amongst the public on how to recover the North Atlantic right whale population.
Three methods were used in the study to explore the extent of cryptic mortality and the factors affecting carcass detection. First, the ratio observed to estimated mortalities of the whales is calculated to observe the extent of the cryptic mortality. The equations used in this step are shown on the slides. Next, the researchers compared the cause of serious injury with this link to the rate of death. Finally, they were able to survey the body conditions from samples of whale carcasses. They used the rationale that skinnier whales suffered longer deaths from entanglement in fishing gear, while heavier whales died upon impact when things like ship collisions happened. 83% of right whales have been found to be entangled in fishing gear. This number can account for the estimated number of right whales that have been undercounted due to cryptic mortality. According to the study, since 2013, 40 individual right whales have been seen with severe injuries resulting from vessel strikes and entanglements that have disappeared following their injury. Based on the graph, it is clear that the counts of mortality are significantly less than the estimates, indicating that there is a high extent of cryptic mortality amongst right whales. According to this table, the researchers tabulated their data examining the cause of serious injury versus the cause of deaths. The disparity between the counts of serious injury for each cause versus the counts of deaths supports the idea that solely looking at the cause of death when analyzing cryptic mortality is not reliable.
The scientists concluded that right whale endangerment is more serious than previously reported. A large part is due to various human activities and lack of regulatory laws to protect right whales against detrimental fishing practices, including entangling fishing gear and vessel collisions. So how does this relate to our course? We want to relay the importance of every organism in a functioning ecosystem. Removing a key player from an ecosystem causes a domino effect. Less right whales equals less fertilization, which equals less plankton, which equals overpopulation of algal blooms, offsetting the entire ecosystem. The overall flow of energy is affected between each energy level.